The girl returned to the day her engagement was broken every time she died. No matter what she did, she always died in the 5th year. After many rebirths, the tired girl gave up fighting. She turned around and left. She always left through the main door before, but this time she chose a different exit. Unexpectedly, she bumped into the person who killed her in her previous life. Startled, she called out his name. The boy demanded to know how she knew his name, since this was his first visit to this country. The calmed girl introduced herself and said she had heard many stories about him. The man asked why she called him emperor, when he was still only the crown prince. Not knowing how to explain, the girl said it was a slip of the tongue. She then walked toward the balcony and jumped off. The man behind her was shocked. He had never seen a woman like her before. He immediately ordered his men to prepare horses. Meanwhile, the girl broke her high heels and went home to get money. In her past lives, she had learned many skills. In her first life, she traveled the world with merchants but died in a war during the 5th year. In her second life, she studied medicinal herbs to heal people, but still died in war during the 5th year. She tried learning every profession after that, but always died in the 5th year. The man started wars each time, and always managed to kill her. While lamenting her weak body, she noticed a crowd at her doorstep. The blonde prince approached and began scolding her. The girl ignored him. She refuted his words, making the prince lose his composure. To others, it looked like the prince was angry about being rejected. Then a short-haired girl appeared. The prince accused the girl of always bullying the short-haired girl, but the girl simply said she would honor the broken engagement. She declared she would find her own worth from now on, stunning the prince. She clearly stated she didn't need the prince in her life. This made the prince so angry he fell to the ground. The girl turned and left. Suddenly, a hand reached from behind. She immediately drew the person's sword and swung at them. The person blocked her attack. It was the blue-haired man. He curiously asked about her swordsmanship. The blonde prince shouted at them, but the girl told him to watch his tone. Learning the man's identity, the prince was shocked. The girl asked the blue-haired man his purpose. Surprisingly, he knelt on one knee and proposed to her. The girl firmly refused him. Just then, the king arrived, pressed the blonde prince to the ground, and apologized. He asked the girl to accept the blue-haired man's proposal. They went to a villa to talk. The girl wanted to know his true intentions, but he said he simply loved her. To understand why he started wars in her past lives, she decided to accept him. The next day, they left by carriage. She fell asleep during the journey. When he tried to touch her, she drew her sword. The man said he just wanted to retrieve his belongings. Then bandits attacked outside. The man locked her in the carriage after getting out, but she used a hairpin to pick the lock and open the door. When she tried to help, she found the man had already defeated all the bandits. She was surprised he hadn't killed any of them. Then she discovered the bandits' daggers were poisoned. The poison wasn't fatal but could paralyze people. The man decided to return for antidote, but the girl said she could make one. They were all astonished. She easily prepared an antidote. Seeing the knights hesitating, she thought they doubted her medicine. So she grabbed a poison dagger and cut herself. The man tried to stop her but was too late. She applied her medicine to the wound, and all the injured were successfully treated.